People, Jeffrey John Cox here, Vertical Punch Master. Great video about 3-knuckle versus 2-knuckle. And I just want to be clear on this elbow position and what it does for your muscles. So you're seeing Isaiah is a big guy. So get kind of sideways to me, Isaiah, and raise your arm up from the side position. He can hit like that, and it's a powerful punch. And if he takes it down, bat down, he knows exactly how to do it wrong. It's a great punch, but wrong for this lesson. He's raising his arm up with the outside of the deltoid, and it's going straight, right? But he wants to have the 2-knuckle twist to it at the end, yeah? And then he wants, from this other perspective, he wants to twist his forearm. He wants to do like a, but it never gets that far when they hit, otherwise they'll break their pinky, right? So he's really just throwing a flat fist up sideways, like the first one he did. And then he's using the top of the arm and the deltoid to hold the weight up. And then he's trying to, if it's a straight, which I'll do with the camera, and if it's trying to do those 2 knuckles, it has it, I'm going to do it downwards, you can see it has a thing like this to it. All right, and just ready to be turned around. Set it up. It's ready to be turned away. Thank you. So there is a punch like that. I'm not complaining about that particular punch, but it is not a best biomechanic punch. The smaller you go, I'll do it on this side for the camera, my little body trying to lift that up, and I've got a very small deltoid on the outside, and lift, you know, Ladies and gentlemen, how are you today? So, the big question on everyone's mind is, what about the Bruce Lee Wing Chun 1-inch punch? And people like to demonstrate it with their length of their hand, and then they make a punch inside there, right? And this bag weighs about 125 pounds, but it's hanging on this chain, so it has a wiggle in here. That doesn't take much force to get that wiggle, right? So if I hit it down here, it takes more force down here to move it. So I don't understand what measurement of impact, push versus shatter, what is your method of, I don't know how you judge that. But let's look at the so-called 1-inch punches that we see on the internet. So people say it's a push, right? Push punch, and versus I'm not sure what, like just a crisp hit, right? And that is, I'm pulling it back so you can see it. So if I just step in and do both, that's a 1-inch punch in my catalog, right? So my opponent is right here, right? So I have about 1-inch punch there, and then I'm going to pull this back 2 inches. I move about 1 inch, and I punch about 1 inch. And for my definition, if I hit it and I'm over here and it's over there, that's not a push, right? But what if I time it just right? But if I push it and then I'm coming away, right? We'll be able to see that. But what I'm saying versus going like that is a push punch. I'm looking in the mirror on the camera, so I hit it and then I go like this. This is pushing. Right? Going like this. Especially that very last one has a small moment of push in it so that the bag doesn't get to crush my space. That's how the mechanic of the WT punch works. So you can't fault us if you think there's a push. So the video that Sifu Izzo posted up has an old guy like me, I'm 53 years old, doing the classic 6-inch punch, right? So from that space there, and the guy that's doing it, he's dropping his weight way in, makes his shape, and then right there, the bag floats away, right? So let's see how that looks. So he's going like this. And what you do is as you move in, you make up that space with a little bump. Now the little bump itself is not that much, right? So if I just go from here, just go like that, and then if I use my hips now, again, my fist doesn't follow it. If I add the extension to it with my hips, a little extension, how about a lot of extension? That would be a push punch. So what? As Grandmaster Renee always says, so what? So now let's look at it. If I hit this thing and it's coming back at me, now I'm holding it away. It wants to come in. And if I get it way out here on the chain, now I'm holding it away, and it's got that 125 pounds that wants to. So I'm holding it off with my forward extension. At the end of each hit, I'll exaggerate the contact, some body movement. This is inside any of our chain punches. Well, hello, Proc. So the inch punch is just a gimmick to demonstrate short power. And then short power, again, is not a magical chi power. Short power is that you move just a short distance to create it, right? And adding some whip from the torque, whipping out the power, is really nice, right? Holding it for a second out at the long end. If I do short punches out here, see? The shortness is out in this area. My right though. So with the jab, holding someone off with the jab, and then this right hand from back here, there's a short hit right there. Jab is a long hit. But look at all that body movement. That's not short at all. So there's a whole gambit of things. The classic one, right? We always call it the Bugs Bunny Warner Brothers cartoon baseball pitch. You reach out with your leg, cock it up, you throw that baseball. Yeah. Boom! So swinging back is when you want to have that, I can't move backwards to counter the distance that, so that's another place where short power comes in. All right, you ready? So I come back. Yeah, I'm gonna put all this into the punch, but I don't want you to see it, so I'm gonna hide it by holding my hand out here. And that's where you get the push punch idea. I may have knocked the furniture over though.